This is the best lead generation system you can start using right now to make your business boom by the end of Q4. Businesses these days are barely getting any leads, or worse, the few leads they get are either unqualified or invalid. Today, I'm gonna be showing you the best strategy that's just not about getting leads, but getting the right leads. So let's get into it. So what is this mysterious strategy? Well, it's actually a two-punch approach. So we're gonna use two different tools for that. The first one is LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which is basically LinkedIn as a database that you can search with specific filters so that you can find the people that you're looking for. This is where you will build your lead list. The big downside of LinkedIn Sales Navigator is that it doesn't have any feature to export your results out of the platform, and it also doesn't provide any email addresses to contact the people of that list. That's where the second tool comes into consideration, which is Findymail, and it will let you export your entire Sales Navigator search results plus enrich them with valid B2B emails so that you can contact those people through email. So why is this method so effective? Well, the first reason is it gives you very precise targeting. So here I am on Sales Navigator, and you can see that I have access to plenty of different filters to make sure that the list that I'll be building will be very targeted. So I have access here, for example, to all those various filters that will let me build a very precise lead list. So for example, I can build a lead list of all the head of sales that are present in the UK. The problem now that I have done that is that there is no way for me to export those results or get the contact details of those people so that I can outreach to them. That's where step 2 of our 1-2-page approach comes in, and we're gonna use Findymail to do that. So as you can see on my screen, I installed the Findymail Chrome extension, and it adds that little export to CSV button here. That will let me export my entire Sales Navigator search results, so the 400 results, and enrich every single one of them with a valid B2B email, given we're able to find one, obviously. So makes the workflow very simple, because all I have to do is click on the button and click export CSV, and it will just start to do its work, and I can do something else. I can continue closing my existing deals and manage my CRM or whatever I have to do while it's building the list for me. One of the big plus of Findymail is that all the emails I get from here are already verified, so I know they are valid. There's nothing worse than crafting a personalized email for a few minutes only to get a bounce back when you're actually sending an email. So Findymail makes sure it doesn't happen so that you don't waste time on leads that you're not able to contact. That means that every single lead out of that export with a valid email is a valid opportunity for me, and I'm able to contact them for sure. So as you can see, this method is very time and cost efficient because I'm not spending any time on invalid leads, and I'm also really not spending any time building the list manually, switching the page, clicking and filling spreadsheets. I'm just letting the automation work for me so I can do something else while it does a job, and then I just have my end result, and I know in that end result that all those emails are verified and ready to use for me. Having that email verification included is very important, because if you're sending emails to invalid email addresses, then your email domain reputation will be impacted negatively and your future email campaigns will start landing in spam. So Findymail does it for you at the same time it is exporting. That way you don't have to separate process to verify the data that you get from somewhere else. That means the overall workflow is much simpler than if you had to use different tools to find emails, verify emails, another tool to do the export, or another tool to send the emails. So the overall workflow becomes very simple and efficient. So if I go back to my export that is running here, I'll just stop it to show you something else. So basically here I can see that I have my export with all the columns and the emails. But what's good about that lead generation system is that it's actually scalable, because here I've done a very targeted search in the UK, but I have access to the entire LinkedIn database, which is gigantic. So if I want to do that worldwide, like I have thousands of results, and here I specified change jobs, but there's hundreds of millions of people accessible through LinkedIn with that, and I can just use Findymail to get the contact details and put them in my outreach. So that is a very scalable method because as the big legwork is actually automated. So I just have spent like 2 minutes to craft a relevant targeted search through the LinkedIn Sales Navigator search filters, and then I can let Findymail do 90% of the work of exporting, finding the emails, verifying the emails. And given I don't spend hours on this, that means I can do a lot more of that and a lot more of everything else as well. So things like closing deals, actually doing sales calls. And that means my overall productivity is going up and my ROI is much more interesting using that system. So now you have the tools and strategy, change the narrative and aim with precision to produce results with your cold email campaigns. With Findymail and LinkedIn Sales Navigator, not only are you gonna get more leads, but leads that are actually worth your time, because you won't waste your time on anything that's invalid or unqualified. And if you want to see why cold email is the best way to get B2B clients, click the video on the screen. And if you want to learn more about Findymail, click the link in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow our channel and not miss any of our other videos related to B2B email prospecting. See you there!